We're standing outside the High Court in Cape Town, where Zandile Mafe has just been ordered to be admitted to the Fort England Hospital in the Eastern Cape, where he will be for 30 days of observation under 2 psychiatrists and a clinical psychologist. This order was made by Judge Nathan Erasmus, explaining in court that it took a while to get to this point, as there were many factors to take into consideration, as this case is very high profile and the need for it to be resolved speedily is there, but also to ensure that Mr. Mafe was treated fairly throughout the whole proceeding. To speak to us about exactly what happened in court, we have Eric Ntabazalila, the spokesman for the National Prosecuting Authority in the Western Cape. Eric, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Could you give us a recap of what Judge Nathan Erasmus ordered this morning?
Basically, the judge has ordered that Mr. Mafe be moved from Pollsmoor prison today and be transferred to Fort England Hospital, where he's going to undergo a 30-day observation period, where a report will have to be drafted and submitted to his office by the 8th of May, and to the DPP office in Makhanda, and his office will share that report with us as the DPP as well as the defense, and that Mr. Mafe will be sent back to Pollsmoor prison and will come back on the 8th and then depending on what happens after that. Basically, what the doctors are ordered to look at is whether he appreciated, he had the capacity to appreciate the wrongfulness of what he was doing, whether he's got the capacity to appreciate what is happening now, and he will be able to provide a defense to the case, to the charges that he's facing, and whether he appreciates the wrongfulness of what he did.
Is the prosecuting authority satisfied with this order at this point of the trial?
We are. You'll remember, from the lower courts, remember he was asked to be referred to Valkenberg. We asked that to happen, and it happened for a shorter period, but it was reversed due to a review, which was a process issue. And we also fought hard, including when we went to the regional court in Cape Town on a Saturday afternoon, where we argued for 8 hours that this meant there's something, he must be sent for observation. We are happy that the defense considered that there is something that he needs to be sent for mental observation. So we are happy with the order, we are happy with the decision, and it will depend on what happens after that. And it also helps all of us, including him and us, so that when the trial starts, there are no hiccups or suspicions that he's not able to give instructions to his team. So we are able to continue with the trial smoothly if it happens.
And then also there was a lot of logistics involved in this. If you can, talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes, there were logistics, there were behind the scenes actions that took place between us, our office, the DPP office in Cape Town, as well as the DPP office in the Eastern Cape, as well as the Department of Health nationally, which intervened to ensure that there is a facility that was made available in the other province for him to be sent for observation. You'll remember that there is a challenge with Valkenberg, which is a designated place in the Western Cape where there are numbers. There are still people on the waiting list. So there were interactions that took place between the 2 provinces and the National Office, National Department of Health, which resulted to today's order taking place.
So on the 8th of May, what will happen?
And the 8th of May, we'll come back for another pre-trial, and it will depend, I'm sure by then the report will be ready. We hope that the report will be ready. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but we hope that from there we'll be able to get a date for a trial, or the report will explain to us what is the status of Mr. Mafe's mind, whether he's able to understand the wrongfulness and be able to give instructions for defense, to his defense, and whether there will be a date for trial.
Thank you very much. That was Eric Ntabazalila, spokesperson for the National Prosecuting Authority in the Western Cape, explaining exactly what Judge Nathan Erasmus ordered this morning. After proceedings, briefly, Mr. Mafe had a translator in court the entire time, a Tswana translator, and he asked, Mr. Mafe addressed the court asking that everything that transpired in court be explained at Pollsmoor prison, where he's currently in custody, and Judge Nathan Erasmus assuring him that that will certainly take place. So we'll be back here at the High Court in Cape Town on the 8th of May when a report is expected to be handed in speaking to the evaluation that has been ordered by Judge Nathan Erasmus this morning.